What's going on, guys? I just got done watching the Bears and Packers game tonight on Thursday Night Football. I'll probably upload this video on Friday, but I just got done watching the game, and first off, my predictions tonight, well, my overall prediction was completely off guard. The game did not go at all as I expected. I thought the Chicago Bears offense would do a lot more, and so the final score tonight was the Green Bay Packers winning this game 23-10, although I would say that the score does not indicate how much Green Bay was dominating this game. They had a lot of third down and short situations they could not convert on, and the Bears, their offense tonight was just horrible. And like I thought, this game did come down to a lot of pressure, especially Jay Cutler, who had around 20 hurries in this game. He was wearing Clay Matthews like a backpack, who had 4 sacks, and I didn't think that the Bears would play this poor on offense. I mean, I knew that Green Bay would bring the pressure, and the pressure numbers do not surprise me at all, but even when the Bears had time to throw in this game, when Cutler was in the pocket, he had a couple of seconds to throw, he had no options downfield, and I could not believe they did not work a little bit more underneath to help open up the deep passing game. I mean, I think Brandon Marshall had like 3 or 4 targets after I predicted at least 15 for him. He was targeted 15 times in week 1 against the Colts, and well, the Packers did an exceptional job on defense tonight all around. I mean, their pass coverage was phenomenal, and they even pointed out in the broadcast many times how they were doubling up. They had a safety over the top of Brandon Marshall, taking him out of the game effectively, and that left the rookie Alshon Jeffrey and then Earl Bennett, then like the tight ends Kellen Davis, Matt Spaeth. There just wasn't anything for Jay Cutler to do in this game besides dump it off to Matt Forte, and once he was out of the game with an injury, it was basically Michael Bush having a decent day on the ground, and then Jay Cutler throwing 4 interceptions and getting sacked by Clay Matthews, and it just did not go the way I expected. To me, this offense looked like the offense of past years of the Chicago Bears, relying heavily on Matt Forte in the running game because the passing game wasn't there. This is not Johnny Knox and Devin Hester. They had Alshon Jeffrey and Brandon Marshall. I know Alshon Jeffrey is only a rookie, but Brandon Marshall, I expected more from him in this game. But the Tramon Williams did a phenomenal job in coverage. He had 2 interceptions, and the pass coverage behind that pass rush was phenomenal. So it was an all-around great performance from the Packers defense. Definitely something to be happy for in Green Bay with the way that defense played tonight. I was extremely impressed. And on the offensive side for Green Bay, I was also impressed. They had some missed opportunities. They had some 3rd and shorts where they ran the ball and couldn't get the first downs. They had a couple of drops in this game. Jermichael Finley had one, and Jermichael Finley also had the ball punched out by Charles Tillman when they were in Bears territory, and that one was a very costly turnover. But the Bears could not do anything with the opportunities they got from forcing 3rd down failures and from getting that turnover with Charles Tillman. And also, Tim Jennings did have an interception late in the game, and Cutler finally got into the end zone with a touchdown pass to Kellen Davis, but the rest of the game, it was hard to watch for the Bears offense. Jay Cutler did have Brandon Marshall in the end zone once where he beat Tramon Williams. He fell down and the safety was coming over, and it was just out of his fingertips, couldn't make the catch. But in my opinion, the Bears offense, I did not like what they were doing in the passing game. I thought with the blitzing and the pressure that Green Bay was putting on them, they should have gone underneath a lot more and made Brandon Marshall make catches short and try to make plays after the catch if he could. I think he only had 1 or 2 catches in this game. I'm checking right now. He ended up with a total of 2 catches for 24 yards, and really the only effective plays the Bears had in the passing game were from Matt Forte out of the backfield, making catches and getting first downs, and it was a really disappointing day. I haven't seen the total numbers yet for how much pressure Jay Cutler actually had, but I know it was at least 20 hurries, and there was just so much pressure, it was ridiculous. And Rodgers was under pressure quite a bit himself, but he was just able to make a lot more plays. The receivers were getting open, and even Tim Jennings, who played well in coverage tonight, he got beat a few times by Jordy Nelson. But as a whole, I have to say the Chicago Bears got it done on defense. I mean, the Packers did miss some opportunities, and they weren't able to convert on some 3rd downs. They had that 1 turnover, and they also had one of their touchdowns come on a fake field goal where Tim Massey, a punter, threw it to Tom Crabtree, and he ran it for a touchdown. That was a great play towards the end of the first half. A big spark and a momentum shift there to get the first touchdown on the board in a very defensively focused first half. And so that means the offense from the Green Bay Packers only scored 1 touchdown, which is very uncharacteristic, and why I give a lot of props to their defense for the way they played in this game and continually pressured Jay Cutler throughout the game. He had 4 interceptions. One of them was a questionable play, whether or not it was an interception by Jerron McMillan, and then one where Earl Bennett did not come back to the football when Jay Cutler had him open, and if he came back to the football, it could have been a complete pass for a first down, but Charles Woodson undercut it, made a great play. And once again, Jay Cutler looked very frustrated tonight, and I can't blame him for having all that pressure in his face, but I think that the Chicago Bears should have done a lot more to game plan around that pressure and to not throw the ball as deep as as they were, at least tried to. I mean, guys weren't getting open, so I think they should have tried to go underneath more. And in the end, the Green Bay Packers did prevail after Chicago kind of made it interesting late with that touchdown of Kellen Davis, but then they weren't able to do anything after that, after Green Bay held them to another stop once they got the football back, and they held on for a 23-10 victory. And this is going to be good news, obviously, for the Green Bay Packers going forward as they get the win, go to 1-1, do not drop to 0-2 in this game against the division rival, and play a very dominant game defensively against Jay Cutler and the Chicago Bears. And also, there was a good game played tonight by Cedric Benson, who I said in my prediction video didn't have much left in the tank. I thought he was kind of too old. It wasn't going to do a whole lot on the ground. And in this game, he had 20 carries for 81 yards, but also he had 4 catches for 35 yards, so over 100 all-purpose yards. Cedric Benson, I was wrong this time. And the Packers actually had a much more balanced approach in this game. They started it off with like 16 passes and 12 runs at one point, I counted, and they finished with 28 runs and 33 passes if you include that fake field goal as well. So it was almost 50-50 actually, although they were able to run the ball towards the end when they had the lead. And so coming away from this football game, I saw a lot of good things from the Green Bay defense, both in the pass rush game and as well as defending the pass, although in future weeks they're probably going to have to do a lot more to get pressure on the quarterback as they're not going to play against Jamarcus Webb for more than one more time this season. But Clay Matthews, he's been dominant so far this season. I think he has 6.5 sacks through 2 games. He is back to his 2010 form, it looks like, and he's going to have a big year if this keeps up. And he was one of my players to watch this game, and I think everybody got a good sight of Clay Matthews this week, being the backpack of Jay Cutler, as I mentioned before. And then for the Chicago Bears, that offensive line needs work. That's been well documented over the past couple of seasons, and so they have to do a lot more to help keep Jay Cutler on his feet. But also, when he has time, receivers have to get open, and I thought in this game their game plan was essentially to beat a dead horse. I mean, the deep passing game wasn't working. There was a lot of deep and intermediate routes. I did not like what they were doing on offense, and so I was not surprised after a while to see them keep struggling throughout this game without too much of a change from what I can see anyway from my perspective. And so their defense played well, but there's got to be some changes if their offense is going to be successful going forward, because it's only a matter of time before Jay Cutler once again is injured, and Matt Forte was also hurt in this game. I'm not sure how badly, but there's a week and a half where this team has to play again, as well as the Packers will play, I believe, in 2 Monday nights against the Seattle Seahawks. And so we'll see how these teams do going forward, but it was definitely a surprise game for me, not expecting the Chicago Bears to play as flat on offense. And even with my predictions, I expected there to be a ton of pressure on Jay Cutler. I just thought they could handle it easier, and they would still have some open receivers, and they would do some things with Brandon Marshall and make sure he could be comfortable in the pocket and help this offense be successful. And clearly that was not the case. And so my 31-24 prediction, what a joke. I go 0-2 in primetime games this year so far. That was pretty terrible. And so I'm 0-1 already this week. Hopefully my Sunday games go a lot better. I'll have those predictions rolling out probably on Saturday. But anyways, guys, leave your thoughts on the game between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time.